Here we go. It's the 14th of, 14th of June, and today is my first day to chemo. So I'm just about to walk into, let me see if I can turn this camera around. I don't think I can. The MacArthur Cancer Therapy Centre. So we're about to walk in and have my first slot. I have an appointment to have an information session. Then I've got to go to the pharmacy in here, have my pre-chemo meds, and then I'll be sitting in the chair getting hooked up. So I'll see if I can vlog in there. Bye bye. All right, here we go. The area's being cleaned and the port's about to go in. Well, the needle's about to access the port, whatever we want to call it. Background music.
Now we're going to time it together, Jodie.
Yep.
On the count of you, I'll get you to take a deep breath in.
Yep.
And hold your breath for 5 seconds, okay?
Okay.
Yep.
And I'll make sure I got the middle point.
Alright then. Okay, bye.
1, 2, 3. Hold your breath. And relax. Breathe normally.
Yeah.
What did you?
Port's in.
Port's all in. Needles in the port. Taking some blood out. And they're going to flash it. Yeah, I can feel that.
Cold.
Yeah. And you can taste it.
Okay, dummy.
Chills.
So was that an,
It's just salt water.
it's just
Salt water.
sort of one? Yeah. Flushing.
Yes, the bus is coming. Okay.
Yeah, you can taste that in your mouth.
Did steam or anything? What is apart from the needle?
Huh?
It's not steam.
No, not stinging, no.
I'll see how it goes.
Stung when it went in, but
Someone's coming to get up. You don't have to put it on.
there's stitches there too. Oh, that's X-rated, can't see that. There we go, it's in. Oops, under a dressing.
It's water resistant, but it's not waterproof.
Okay. So what would that mean when I have to go home and have a shower or something? So we shouldn't get it wet until Friday when it comes off? Okay. It's the upper.
I'm just putting another dressing on.
Yep. Some stitches in there where the port tube thing went in. I do have paparazzi here taking photos. And paparazzi, I mean. Are you in there? She's come to watch. She's come to watch me get jabbed and drugged. Alright. Let's see how it goes. Okay, another little update. So obviously the needle was inserted. to the IV drip, I have had some anti-nausea medication put through there, and then you have to wait half an hour to have the chemo connected. They also put some glucose in. The glucose helps the chemo to work. It's like when you take a vitamin C and they tell you to have it with orange juice. That's what the glucose is for. So up here I now have 2 bags of the chemo ready to go in, or going in, and then it's going to take about 2 hours for that. Once that's finished, I will then be getting the bag connected, the pump, and off I can go home. I'll update you soon. Okay, so I've just walked out, and it's sunny, of my first chemo session. Feeling okay at the moment, but they do say that the first one is the one with less side effects. The more sessions you have, the worse you start to feel, but I've literally just been unplugged, so I don't expect anything crazy to happen in the next few minutes. So I now have my little baggie, which I take home. Inside it is, I'll show you, I know you're dying to see it. There's a little glass type bottle, I'll put a photo on, and it's like a slow release, so I think it's 2 mils, I believe, every 2.5 mils every 2 hours, isn't it? Or every hour? Every hour. So that will, I go back in at 3 o'clock on Friday to have that removed. So I have this beautiful little accessory for the next couple of days. But so far, so good. I've got my schedule here of all of my, hang on, that was the back of it, that was useless. All of my sessions, all of my follow-ups, I have appointments with dietitians, lots and lots and lots of stuff. Blood tests every, the day before every chemo session. And that's about it. So far so good. We'll see how we go this afternoon. Back in the car, ready to go home. Actually, I'm going to go to the shops because one of the side effects are from the cold. So I want to go and, get scarves and gloves and stuff. I can't touch. Well, if I touch or drink something cold, it makes you numb and get pins and needles. So if you drink a cold drink, it goes down your throat and pins and needles start, and it makes it's not a good sensation, good feeling, feels like you can't breathe. The same as if you touch something cold, you get pins and needles, can't feel your hands. So I just have to be really cautious about what I'm doing. And that will get progressively worse and last longer the more sessions of chemo that you do. So I'm just going to try and go get a couple of things from the shop to help with that. Some gloves. So even if you just touch a tap handle that's like made out of metal and it's cold, it's going to give you pins and needles. So we'll see how that goes. Bye. Bye. Hi, I've just arrived home. So I went to my chemo, so my last thing was I was just hopping into the car. I did go to the shops, I couldn't find any nice gloves. I got some boots and a scarf. But there were some other things I wanted, but didn't like them. So I'll have to go back another day when I'm feeling a bit better. But I am now starting, I look like a mess. I'm starting to get really tired walking around the shop. I was starting to get like hot sweats, and my lips at one stage felt a little bit tingly. My nose felt runny. So I thought, I think it's time I go home and have a rest. So I just got home, and I thought I would show you some things I was given at the hospital. So all of these things that I'll show you in just a sec are for all the side effects, for some of the side effects. Now, what they gave me, which was important, which hopefully I would never have to use, is this, sorry, I think it's back to front for you. It's a chemical spill kit. So this, there's a kit in here, and if I happen to spill or it leaks the chemo out of the take-home bag, there's instructions here on what to do, what's in the bag, if I have to use it. If it spills, clean up immediately and then go straight to the hospital. Obviously it's chemo, there's harsh drugs in there, so you need to make sure that you're very careful with how you clean it if you spill it or anything like that. So that's one thing I've got, which hopefully I never have to use. And then I got this little baggie here. It's a full of goodies in it. So they've given me a drink bottle, so you probably can't read that because it's back to front, but it says Slade. It's the name of the company who make the chemo. So one of the things that they're giving me to take home, which is important, is drugs. They are anti-nausea drugs. So obviously if I'm feeling nauseous, take one immediately. Don't wait until you vomit. Take it if you're nauseous. 2, very, very important, I've got a thermometer where I have to constantly keep track of my temperature. If it gets to 37.8 to 37 degrees, I have to go to hospital immediately. If I get cold shivers, chills, what else is it? Let me see what it was. Got a little booklet here which talks to you about important information, how you're going to feel. So nausea, vomiting, you're feeling sick, go straight to hospital. If your temperature's over 38, go. If you get chills, go straight to the hospital. There's heaps of other things. Another thing is a sore mouth. So this medication, obviously very strong, it can cause mouth ulcers. So they give you this special mouthwash which has got a lot of sodium bicarb soda, and you have to have that after you eat. Before you go to bed. They've given me a toothbrush, a nice soft toothbrush to look after my teeth and gums, because they will become very sore, and you don't want to get any nasty ulcers or anything like that. There's another thing which is also called, one of the side effects is hand and foot syndrome. So pretty much this will, your hands will get become red, hot and tender, and it can blister. So you have to make sure that you're moisturizing. So they've given me Mugu here to help keep my skin hydrated, and they've also given me a Mugu lip balm too to help my lips if they're getting dry and things like that. I did mention before about the numbness and tingling in the fingers and toes if there's cold. I might get watery eyes, my skin will be very sensitive to light, and I will burn. So there's lots of different things. So they also gave me some more bicarb soda, so if I run out of that bottle I can make my own. So, oh, they've also put in like a little ice pack type situation. I don't know what that one's for, but we'll see. So they're my little goodies I got to take home, and now I am tired and going to go to sleep. Ta-da. Okay, I just hopped in bed and I was just watching back the videos that I just recorded and realized that I was chewing like an absolute pig on my chewing gum earlier. So sorry if that grosses anybody out. I'm new to this vlogging game. But for now, good night.